morning, everyone. We got up at 5 this morning and we're on our way to Rocky Mountain National Park. It's about 6 right now. Our park, so right now with COVID, you have to buy a time slot, essentially, like a pass, in order to go into the parks. They're only letting so many people in. So earlier, back in August, we purchased our tickets and today was one of the days, and we have from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. to enter the park. It is 6 right now and we have an hour and a half drive, so hopefully we'll get there in time. I'm sure we will, but I forgot my coat. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh no. And I am a complete weenie when it comes to the cold, so I have like a thermal shirt on and a tank top on underneath, but that's it, and my buff. Thank goodness for the buff. But in Denver it's not. It's like 55 right now, which is perfect hiking weather, but in the park it's been getting down to like the 30s at night, so I don't know how cold it is there right now, but it'll be fine. Dave has graciously given me permission to use his coat if I need it, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
I'm definitely not gonna need it.
There you go. Just got into the park. Entrance was super easy. I just showed her, or Dave showed her, the reservation time on our ticket on my phone, and she just said go on through. So now what we are planning on doing is we are going, oh, there's elk. What we're about to do is we are going to be doing a hike. It's only 3.5 miles round trip to Emerald Lake. And so far we have seen so many elk. There was one in the middle of the town, which was crazy. And I think we're gonna come up on some more here in this valley. Slowdown. I wonder why.
There's a few jumping across the road.
Yeah. Well, you can see that. Oh, here comes the big boy. trailhead. It's not too bad out. It's probably in the low 50s right now, so I think I should be fine without a jacket. I've got my thermal pants on too, so that helps. But we are gonna be getting our hike soon. We just made it to the first lake and it's beautiful. I'll show you a view. So far the hike has been mainly uphill. It said there's only 650 feet of elevation gain for this, so not too concerned, but I did get winded at the very beginning. I was gonna say the hiking from the first, like once you get to the lakes, it's pretty easy. But to this last lake, to Emerald Lake, it's been pretty much all uphill and I'm dying. To Emerald Lake. What do you think, Dave?
It's very nice. It's what I call Emerald Lake. It's got a nice green to it. Not like gross green. It's not like algae.
They're pretty green.
Yeah, we didn't see any, or haven't seen any trout on this one, but the other lakes had some trout.
How do you think the hike was? Do you feel like it was difficult or?
I mean, we didn't go too fast. It wasn't super difficult, but yeah, it's a little bit more challenging than we did doing recently. But it probably took us a little longer. It was fun. It was nice to enjoy it because everything changed up as you went on.
Yeah.
Different streams, lakes, and wildlife.
It's a lot different than our flat Indiana. So downhill we go. Deciding to add another lake onto our itinerary here. It's another 1.2 there and back. But I mean, we're like, we're already out here, so might as well. Going uphill again.
So the way back will be easy. We already made it back from Emerald Lake to the Dream Lake pretty quick. So.
Oh yeah, it was really fast.
And we got our lunch with us, so if we get stuck, we won't go hungry.
Little snack. There are a lot less people on this hike. Do you remember what the lake's called?
I can't pronounce it, so I was going to read the sign first, but it's with an H.
Hyacinth or something?
I was going to say hyena, but it's probably not right.
It begins with an H.
It's H-Y something.
Yeah, so we'll see when we get there. It's called
Haiyaha.
Lake Haiyaha?
I think it's Haiyaha.
Chipmunks are ruthless.
In order to get to our lunch spot, we had to go through this massive rock field. A lot of people who didn't even keep on going to this beautiful view. Definitely worth the hike. Part of the rock field we were talking about earlier, it's just big rocks as far as you can see from the edge of the trail in between the lake. So, oh geez.
Woo!
Yeah, if it wasn't for these shoes, I don't think I'd be able to make this. Like sticking.
That was a fun lunch stop. We are now going to go back to our car and drive around the park some.
See some more wildlife.
Yes. I wanted to mention that I decided for this trip I'm going to film only on our new iPhones. We had them in August and I just activated mine the day before we left for our trip. So I'm still learning how to use it, but so far I've really liked the quality of the video, at least on the phone. We'll see how it is on the computer. I'm not for sure how good the audio is going to be though, because I normally, with my camera, I have a microphone that I use, and it's been really windy in some spots. So I don't know if it'll affect the quality. I don't know. We'll see. So definitely getting up early has a lot of advantages. A lot of people have been very considerate and using their buffs or masks when passing people, for the most part, but I cannot imagine having to have this over my face while hiking uphill. The way back was pretty much all downhill, so it was a lot easier. But yeah, just get here early. To give you guys an idea of where we hiked, we parked in the Bear Lake parking lot and went to Nymph Lake, then to Dream Lake, and then Emerald Lake. Then we came back and then went up to Haiyaha Lake right here and had lunch, and then went all the way back. Roughly, it was about 6 miles. Right now, it is almost 1 o'clock. We started our hike at pretty much exactly 8 a.m. So That's 5 hours of hiking for 6 miles. We, of course, stopped for lunch and took lots of pictures, so that added to our time as well. For our hike on Saturday, we were planning on doing 12 miles, and it's going to be a lot more strenuous than the hike that we did today. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. We'll probably get up earlier than we did today and get here. My goal would be by 6, but we'll see. It's an hour-and-a-half drive from our Airbnb to the park, so that makes a huge difference too. That's a lot of driving early in the morning. So we'll just have to see how we feel on Saturday. But definitely for hiking here, we just went at our own comfortable pace, and yeah, it's just kind of what you got to do at the high altitude that you're not used to yet. To this spot called Mini Parks Curve. Check out this view. Oh, snack. Doesn't it taste like breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
It's getting all tough on him. Landscape is considered a tundra, and it is so drastically different than the forest that we were hiking in earlier this morning. It seems so much more desolate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said there's 5 months a year where the ground is below freezing, so it doesn't get a whole lot of vegetation and everything like that.
Yeah, and there's tons of snow patches. I know they got snow just last week, but it's still like very much so present. But it's really cool to see like this huge change compared to what we were driving in earlier.
So these big giant sticks on the side of the road are markers for the snow plow, so they know where the edge of the road is. And it's so tall because it gets so much snow here.
They're good like 8 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, some are a little bit taller. This guy in front of us is very nervous about driving this high up because he keeps driving the center of the road and 20 miles an hour.
The little snack bar that's open during the summer and got ourselves some little coffees. And
Highest point in
then,
the park.
yep, it is the highest point in the park. And then there's a trail you can hike up to.
Well, to the actual highest point in the park.
Yeah, but we didn't do that.
No, my legs are still noodly.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the highest point in the park, but like the highest point on the drive in the park.
Correct.
And then we also got ourselves some cheeky little caramels. And anytime that we go somewhere, we get a magnet for our fridge. So we got one of those too. They got caribou on them, or elk, because we saw those this morning, which was really neat. These caramels, so good. We literally just left the shop and we pulled over immediately because you can see all the forest fires out there north of the park, which is so crazy. It is kind of hazy, I'm not gonna lie. First day, right? We haven't gotten used to elevation just yet. Don't feed the animals, kids.
Had some trout. Oh, gee. Fell off this thing. I thought that rock was a dead fish.